From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Wednesday, September the 16th, 2020. A total of 15 rockets were fired at Israel from Gaza since yesterday. We had reported to you that 2 rockets were fired just as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was signing the peace agreements with the United Arab Emirates and with Bahrain at the White House. One of those first projectiles, as we told you, landed on a street in the city of Ashdod, moderately injuring a 62-year-old man and lightly injuring a 28-year-old man. Israel's Air Force struck several terror targets in Gaza in response. A barrage of another 13 rockets were then fired within half an hour later last night, sending southern Israeli residents running for bomb shelters. 8 of those projectiles were intercepted by the Iron Dome missile defense system. The others are presumed to have landed in open areas. The army said it holds terror group Hamas, who controls Gaza, responsible for any violence emanating from Gaza. And the IDF said warplanes and attack helicopters hit some 10 Hamas terror targets across Gaza early this morning. Israel's Defense Minister Benny Gantz said last night, on this historic night of peace, we received a reminder from our enemies that we must always be strong and prepared to defend Israeli citizens on all fronts and at all times. And this we will do. Netanyahu tweeted from Washington last night, "We will strike at anyone bent on attacking us, and we will extend a hand in peace to anyone whose hand is extended in peace to us." The rocket attacks from Gaza are believed to be in response to and in protest of the signing of the Abraham Accords in Washington. Netanyahu departed the U.S. last night after meeting with Vice President Mike Pence and Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. After the signing of the agreements, he landed in Tel Aviv today, where he addressed the press. The Khan public broadcaster reported Netanyahu said, "We will bring additional peace deals, but there is no doubt that we have already started a huge revolution. It's good," he said, "for Israel, good for the region, good for humanity." And Jewish organizations here in the U.S. welcomed the historic signings yesterday. The leaders of the Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations, Malcolm Hoenlein and William Daroff, who were at the ceremony in Washington, wrote together with Arthur Stark, "These landmark understandings represent a realignment, a paradigm shift wherein peace is prioritized over conflict." CEO of the American Jewish Committee, David Harris, referred to the rocket attacks on Israel during the historic signing in his tweet, saying neither horrifically rockets from Hamas run Gaza, nor predictably condemnation by Iran, Turkey, nor tragically another lost chance by Palestinian Authority can alter epic nature of what happened yesterday in Washington. The big winner, he tweeted, peace, salam, shalom. Swastikas were found spray-painted on several public spaces in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The hateful symbols were painted on the Walnut Street Bridge and in the Bluff View Art District. Apparently sometime over this past weekend, they were discovered Sunday morning. The Chattanoogan reported that police are looking at footage from security cameras to try and identify the culprits. Mayor Andy Burke tweeted, "Our city is resolved to condemn anyone who seeks to intimidate or foment violence against any ethnic or religious group." The Jewish Federation of Greater Chattanooga said, "As a faith community, as good citizens, and as Americans, we condemn this act of anti-Semitism in the strongest of terms. Hate against one is hate against all." Well, the Genesis Prize Selection Committee is reviewing its shortlist for its 2021 laureate, and for the first time is opening the final decision to a public vote. The Genesis Prize, also called the Jewish Nobel, honors extraordinary individuals for their outstanding professional achievement, contribution to humanity, and commitment to Jewish values. This year's finalists for the $1 million prize, which is traditionally donated to a particular cause or charity, are actress, director, singer Barbra Streisand, director, producer, screenwriter Steven Spielberg, Supreme Court Justice Elena Kagan, comedian, actor, writer, director Sacha Baron Cohen, former UK Chief Rabbi Lord Jonathan Sacks, Israeli-born star of Wonder Woman Gal Gadot, and internet entrepreneur Mark Benioff. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Wednesday, September the 16th. At 7 o'clock, Ruth Weiss discusses the threat of socialism in America, and Victor Davis Hanson addresses Israeli exceptionalism. At 8, Middle East experts Dennis Ross and David Makovsky of the Washington Institute for Near East Policy discuss the dramatic peace agreement between the UAE and Israel and its implications for the Palestinians. That's from the Jewish Federation of Orange County, California. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with rabbi, lecturer, and best-selling author Joseph Telushkin, who talks about the Jewish tradition through the lens of his book, Words That Hurt, Words That Heal. At 10, Ken Spiro speaks about the wonder of Jewish history. And coming up next, it's Thinking Out Loud. And that's the JBS News Update for Wednesday, September the 16th, 2020. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy. Stay well.